guys, and welcome to my Creepypasta, Seated. This story is based on a Friday Night Funkin' character from the game that I recolored into a girlfriend OC. Her name is Betty. I will be telling you the story of how Betty became a freaky drained monster. After a few days I was at home on my computer looking for games to play. This one game one found was Friday Night Funkin', a musical-based rhythm game that was all about you rapping his boyfriend into winning your girlfriend's heart. Gee, I said with a grin. I never wanted to question why the game was basically about playing through levels trying to win this video game for this virtual girlfriend. It was weird but funny at the same time. I then decided to boot up the game and I started playing it. Until the game kept crashing. I was confused on why it kept crashing. I quickly exited the game file and sighed. Maybe it's a game that really doesn't want me to play it. Or, maybe I'm not that skilled off to play on the first go. I then decided to scroll through the GameBon on a page, and see if there's any fun Friday Night Funkin' mods that I could play. I was very picky in mods, so don't get me wrong, I'm a picky person, but anyways I then thought maybe I should play one of the sides mods since they kept getting unrated and so boring that no one cared. Just like the old Pokemon ROM hacks or other old ROM hacks of games people play, just like the Genesis or the Game Boys. No, they aren't bad, they just need attention. I then saw a sides mod that was recently made, Friday Night Funkin' Beat Sides. I kept seeing images of this mod being made. The director Kaimarks kept tweeting sneaks and peek music as usual, and then Codfish, the head sprite maker, posting cutscenes of the whole production. Never have I thought the leaks would ever end. It started getting worse and confusing. It made me want to get interested and curious in this little production mod and made me want to lose my curiosity, almost like going high. But in a good way. On March 1st I then was scrolling on Game Banana and Game Jolt to see if the FNF mod have released, and little did I know. It seemed different, it barely seemed like the right mod, but there was something off about it, almost like it was telling me to play it and check it out. I then said to myself, okay, I might as well. So when I did finally boot it up and play, but once I moved the flies around in my PC, a strange message came up and it told me, "Are sure you wise enough to play this FNF mod?" I was weirded out and I didn't care more or less, and I simply pressed OK. Just that moment I started getting chills while I started to wait for the game to pull up, and when it did, the whole title screen looked weird and it never looked like the leaks and clips that was on the director's Twitter account. Something about it kinda reminded me of that one Friday Night Funkin' mod with a blue skinny corrupted fake design of Sonic the Hedgehog, whatever that mod is. I started playing tutorial because why not? I really wanna see all the remade songs they did over the base game. When I started waiting for the tutorial to pull up, my lights started to flicker around my house. I said to myself I could have sworn that I paid my electric bill today. But little did I know that it wasn't the generator or a blackout that was causing it. When I returned, that is when I saw a weird figure that looked like girlfriend, but she had purple hair and she looked weird and psycho. There wasn't even notes or music being played. It was all just a glitchy screen and what looked like a girlfriend OC staring at me. 5 minutes later I kept looking at the screen not doing anything, and then for an odd reason a text box appears saying, "Why did you do this?" I didn't understand what it might, but I was hella confused on why she said that, and then my power shut off completely. The whole house was dark. I was terrified, but I tried to act brave and went downstairs, and I turned the power back on, and then I went back up, and this is where the weirdest, creepiest *T comes up. My PC computer was cracked open. It was as shaped as pancake but A2D picture size, and then I started getting goosebumps. A crazy game that then looked, it was real, but it was actually real. I was so scared to get up and investigate that I wanted to think that everything was a joke, but when I tried to escape the house, since I was being a coward, I ran to the door and tried to open it, but for some odd reason it was locked and I kept seeing her behind me, but she keeps disappearing and reappearing all around me. It almost feels like she was trying to kill me but circling me. I was too terrified to move, so I just sat down crying for hours until she stopped. I kept feeling something dripping from my arm. I didn't want to guess what it is, but I just had to see what was dripping. But when I looked, my arm was dripping blood. I was shocked. I wanted to scream, but when I tried to hold back my cries and ran to the washroom and washed the blood off of my arm, I saw the time on my phone and it was 4:15 a.m. I figured since it was getting very early in the morning and she was no longer here, it really felt like I was cursed, so I decided to delete the mod from my computer, and I swore to myself that I would never play an Friday Night Funkin' mod again. No, I would never play Friday Night Funkin' again.